Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Justo, obviously. Just wanted to reach out to you as we've completed the second Sunday of Advent, and we're moving towards our cantata on the 11th and the third Sunday of Advent. As we prepare to make way for the Christ child, let us continue to spend time with ourselves, with our God, acknowledging the wonderful things that we do that touch people, that help people, that make them feel better, but also acknowledging where we have failed, where we have desired to do one thing and we've done another, where we have desired to be Christ-like and for whatever reason, bad day, bad timing, bad situation, we haven't been as godly as we would like to be. So I encourage you to keep that process going, keep preparing to meet the child Savior who flips the ideas of a culture and understanding of a people upside down, for he wasn't the image that they expected. May Christ be found in your life, whether it is the image that you expect or the unexpected image. The words of a child, a gentle touch, an acknowledgement that you are heard, seen, and engaged in a way that is loving and caring. Be Christ to the world and be merciful on yourself. Again, we have the cantata coming up this Sunday, so we look forward to that, to the treats of music from all those that have participated in and prepared for this day that's coming up in our choir and David under his leadership. We want to thank him. On the 12th of this month, Monday, it is the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. That probably means nothing to you, but for Latinos, particularly Mexican Americans, it is the feast day. In Roman Catholicism and in an understanding of the Virgin, Mary comes in different ways and is experienced in different countries with a different image. For Mexican Americans, it is the coming of an indigenous person challenging the religious systems of his time, hearing the voice of God, and responding even when the religious leaders and authority basically said, this guy's an idiot, this guy's crazy, and yet God continued to speak. And there was a miracle of the roses that presented in his cloak and helped convince the bishop to build the cathedral in Mexico. Our Lady of Guadalupe celebrates the coming of the promise of Christ as manifested by the birth of the child, Jesus. On the 21st, we know that we are going to have our annual Blue Christmas service. You know, the reality is that while I am playing Christmas carols and Christmas music, there are other people who have lost a significant one during this season or prior to this season who find no joy in the celebration and in the merriness of this season, but rather experience pain and hurt and suffering. So we want to take time to welcome you, to engage you, to recognize that you don't have to celebrate this season with always a smile on your face, but it's okay to be who you are, to share your pain, to experience what you're experiencing, and there is no shame in being honest and open about the difficulties of life and this season. So come join us on the 21st as we create space and place to encounter the living Christ, to acknowledge our pain and our suffering, and to acknowledge that we will support each other regardless of where we're at in this season. I just spoke with Mary Beth. They are still waiting on an MRI, which was supposed to happen several days ago, and now there's a delay, waiting for the cardiologist to respond to their request and to the questions that the hospital has. So obviously, it's a little bit frustrating, but on the positive side, Richard is doing better. Today he woke up and walked around with his walker on the floor, and those are all good signs. So please pray for them so that they get this MRI done, and the results are what they expect, and can actually get home and enjoy each other's company. I don't know if you've ever been in a hospital, but it's not a fun place to be, four walls onto yourself and you don't feel well. So if you have an opportunity, give them a call, send them a card, offer some love and grace, and let them know that the family of Redeemer is with them, because they are part of our familia and our community. If there's anything that I can do to serve you, please reach out. Also, if there's anything that you're not understanding, or you're wondering, why is he doing that, and why this or why that, and why this hasn't happened or why that hasn't happened, you know what? I have lots of answers. So does the council. But if you need to talk to me and want to know strategically why we are moving in a certain direction during this transition period, I'll be glad to answer that. And please know, as I've been saying from the get-go, this is a long process. It is usually an 18-month to 2-year process. We are not behind. We are moving methodically to make sure that we do things right rather than rapid, rather than fast. So we're going to continue to do things right, even if it's slower than you would desire, because after 16 years of having one pastor, the transition to a new pastor is a difficult one. And obviously, we don't want you to call someone and then the church eats them alive because they're not Justo, or because they're not Stan, or because they're not the expectation that they have. Let us be a people open to what God intends rather than what we expect. Love you, care for you, pray for you, and I enjoy being part of your familia and part of our community. Know that I'm committed to our well-being and our long-term sustainability. And for that to happen, we need you. We need you to ask questions. We need you to be open to the movement of the Spirit. We need you to be supportive of the church. And quite frankly, we need your financial support, as things in terms of offering have not been what they have been in the last couple of years. So if you have an extra blessing, share it with us. God bless you. God love you. Have a wonderful day. Ciao.